will make America great again. Thank you, Arizona. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Spend your money at these mega corporations where it's going? Are you aware that your hard-earned money is being used to support political corruption, which leads to poor federal leadership, hurting our economy, contributing to the overall detriment of our society? This is heavy stuff to think about, I know, but it's time we fought back. Introducing Professor Toto's The Patriots Buying Club. Here, we are a club that gives you the power to invest in companies that uphold patriotic and conservative values your family can respect. Rather than spending your money with these major corporations, we've partnered with a direct consumer company that offers over 400 high-quality, sustainable, and effective products that can be delivered fast directly to your front door. So many patriots across America has joined us in this walkaway movement. Now it's your turn. Go to www.buybywalmart.com to join Professor Toto's The Patriots Buying Club today.
I am Oz, the great and powerful. Who are you?
Do you presume to criticize the great Oz? You ungrateful creatures think yourselves lucky that I'm giving you audience tomorrow instead of 20 years from now. Oh, the great Oz has spoken. Oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Far distant land of common sense, a place where we all once lived. You'll find the Conservative College with Professor Toto. It is here where the foundational principles of our great republic are still taught and true patriots are still educated in the hallowed halls of this school of hope. Just like the iconic puppy from The Wizard of Oz, who found great joy in pulling back the curtain on the lies of the wizard, so does Professor Toto. Grab your seats and welcome to the Conservative College. Class begins now.
Hello, there's no place like it. the only place on earth where you, the conservative, can find refuge for your soul, a place where you can slide away. We cross over every Tuesday night, every Thursday night. You and I join hands and we cross over the sea of insanity. And as we drift across that ocean, somewhere far in the distance, we see a little island, a little strip of land. And the name of that island is Common Sense. And when we get to the island, we look up on the hill, and there is a lighthouse for the masses of those trapped in liberalism. And what is that lighthouse? Actually, it's the secret entrance to an underground college, the conservative college. It is here where students come every week to be educated by their humble, neighborhood-friendly, fluffy professor, Professor Toto. Because just like that little dog Toto, we always pull back the curtain on all of those liberal lies. Welcome one and welcome all. If you're a patriot, you're welcome here. If you are a lover of freedom, you are welcome here. I am your host, and I'm officially opening the doors to this grand old college, the Conservative College. It is Tuesday night. The bell has rung. That means you need to grab a beanbag, throw a high five across the internet to your neighbor, and let's assemble tonight for a great evening. Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, June the 20th, 2024, and we welcome you back for our Tuesday night class. No, I'm sorry, our Thursday night class. Now remember, there will be no class here next Thursday night. Go ahead and write that in your little handy dandy notebooks. Next Thursday night, there will be no class, and the reason, it will be the very first debate of the presidential season. You know, the debate that was never supposed to happen because Donald Trump was never supposed to have gotten this far. It's going to be a great night next Thursday night. So no class here next Thursday night. For all of my friends, do I have any followers, fans, or friends in the Kentucky area? Ohio, Kentucky, Virginia, I don't know what's Kentucky close to. It's out there with the horses is all I know. But I'm going to be on a plane tomorrow evening headed to Kentucky because early Saturday morning I will be preaching the Word of God, Yahweh, there in, I believe it's Corbin, Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken, at a beautiful lodge, a beautiful facility there, which is actually the Cumberland Falls Lodge. June the 22nd, our church will be having a regional gathering this Saturday morning. You need to wake up, bring your family to celebrate the Sabbath day with us. At 10 o'clock a.m., they will begin to greet one another. And that will be a wonderful time of friendship and fellowship. And then at 11 o'clock sharp, I will begin teaching the Word of Yahweh. You do not want to miss it. Right after that, in the lodge, we will have a grand lunch together. You don't want to miss that. We're going to have a wonderful time. You'll be able to sit with me and talk with me one-on-one. Ask me any questions in the world. It's going to be marvelous. And then right after lunch, we are going to hike up. I believe they said it's about a quarter-mile hike to those beautiful falls. And we'll take pictures there together. It'll just be a grand day. And you can meet us there, the Cumberland Falls Lodge, this Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm going to have an afterglow tonight, right after tonight's class. Don't go anywhere. Don't boot, scoot, boogie anywhere, because we're going to hang out. We're going to let our hair down. We're going to shoot the bull. We're going to, well, it is what it is. That's what we're going to do tonight after class. You don't want to miss it, all right? Great. Let's see what is in store for tonight. Well, to all of my minority friends, and we have so many of you that are with us tonight, I do want to wish you all a happy Juneteenth, a time when our fellow citizens receive their freedom, and we celebrate that freedom tonight. However, I do want to show you something that really gets my goat, is the only way I know how to describe it. Gets my goat. That's the way the old timers said it. We're going to watch a quick little clip of the new Juneteenth national anthem. If I was a minority, which I soon will soon be the minority, but if I was a minority in this nation, I would be so embarrassed that a certain part, activist part of my race hates America so much. It would be an embarrassment to my race. And so I'm going to play this for you, and I'm going to show you the agenda of the left. Now, this is not a reflection on the black people, because many of them support Donald Trump. I have many in my church that loves America, loves Donald Trump. This is an agenda, and they've invaded cultures and races, and this is the result of that.
Say, can you see by the blood in the streets that this place doesn't smile on you, colored child, whose blood built this land with sweat and bare hands. But you'll die in this place, and your memory erased. Oh, say, does this truth hold any weight? This is not the land of the free.
Liar, this is not the land of the free. You look pretty free to me.
But the home of the slave.
Okay. Well, there y'all go. This is not the land of the free. She looks mighty free to me to say whatever she wants to say against the United States of America. I want the world to know I love this nation. I love what she has done for the world. I'm proud to be an American. Not a white American, not a black American. I'm proud to be an American. And songs like that really rub me the wrong way. They truly do. It's a sad state of affairs when the greatest nation on earth is hated by her own citizens. And you should never be part of that tomfoolery. So that's that. It is what it is. It's the world we live in today. Now, I want to show you gaslighting 101, deflection. I want to show you a clip that literally these people are afraid of what is coming, because what is coming is what they are currently doing. And this is deflection at its finest. Watch, and I'll be back to give my analysis.
I think that he is so vindictive that he will go after, however he has to, through the IRS maybe, or even, through sponsors to get us off the air maybe, or you.
To have somebody saying, give me as much power as you can in this country so I can use it to go after other Americans, so I can use it to go after these subhuman internal enemies, and I'll destroy them. Like, that's just not a good system. We have resources, we'll likely be fine, but I think there's a pattern where he picks out individual people and effectively terrorizes them.
They're going full Jim Jones now. Right. Yeah. You know, it's like the...
Hey, that's my name. Y'all leave my name alone.
Kool-Aid thing.
The Kool-Aid thing, that's trademarked. I've got all that trademarked. Where's my sunglasses, by the way?
Yeah. Is he losing it or what?
He's trying to reach people emotionally so that reason is off the table and we're just reacting emotionally.
Yeah.
He does not like elections. He does not.
No, he don't like elections. That's why he's doing one right now, dummy.
Like voting as a system by which we decide who's going.
He doesn't like it, really? Because in 3 elections, this will be the 3rd one, he won the vote every time. Why wouldn't he like winning?
Going to be the president.
Yeah, right.
And so he's trying to get rid of the American system of government.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. He's trying to get rid of the American system of government.
And that means getting rid of a government that does anything other than serve him. And that's what Project 2025 is all about. And that exists everywhere in the world, and it has never existed here before. We're alive as American citizens in that time, and we're going to be the ones who decide if the American system of government survives or if it's taken over instead by a strongman authoritarian form.
Right. Well, just one other thing. If the orange man wins next November, it's going to be much worse for Palestinians, I can say that.
Donald Trump considers himself to be close friends with every one of those tyrants. Donald Trump has it completely reversed. He attacks democratically elected leaders in Europe who are freely elected, and he admires and praises communist tyrants.
I think that there's also the terror factor, which is, here's a guy, Donald Trump, who's talking about wreaking revenge on anybody who disagrees with him. This is Soviet-style talking. That's American. That's what we do in this country. We criticize our government. We're allowed to do it. Will Trump still allow us to?
We're allowed to do it? Are we allowed to question the results of the election as well? No, okay, sorry. I just needed clarification, Mr. Funeral-looking man.
To do that? I don't think so.
You look like a mortician.
What kind of a country would elect that kind of leadership in its face to say, we're taking on a dictator? I don't think many countries said, we want a dictator. Right. They may end up with one, but they don't vote for one.
My Lord. So that's called deflection 101. That's gaslighting. Here's what it is. I'm doing something, and because I'm so guilty of what I'm doing, I have to say you're doing that. Okay? See, we have had, on my show last week, I showed you 400 of our people that have been attacked by the very thing that they're afraid of. They are so afraid that they're going to be picked out, picked on, called deplorable, put in a basket of deplorables. Maybe the FBI would show up at their house. They are so afraid of becoming the victims of what they have done that it's all they can talk about. Why? Because they've seen Meene, to Tikel Ufarsin. They've seen the handwriting on the wall that says you've been weighed in the balance and found lacking or wanting. They know the gig is up. Dr. Fauci knows it. Everyone knows the gig is up. This reveals what they are revealing, what they have gotten away with. And they know the old proverb, what goes around comes around. They are terrified of justice. But justice is coming. Justice is coming. They're completely coming. Justice is coming, and guess where it's going to start? Justice is going to start on our border. Justice is going to start on our border. Justice for a nation without walls, a nation that is broken. Her walls are broken down. Do you know every time in the Word of God, Jerusalem, they would always weep when the walls were broken down? We don't weep over it. We rejoice over broken walls now.
It is huge. It is the biggest thing that we have seen since DACA in terms of protections for people. 500,000 people, Joy. And these are folks who are married to U.S. citizens, have been here for at least 10 years, have U.S. citizen children in some cases, not in some cases. And to be able to say to them, President Biden is keeping your family together. It's going to be, it really is a transformational thing. I got tears in my eyes today at the press conference.
Oh, hold on. She got tears in her eyes. Hold on. Here, Glowenda. What is her name? Here, I'm getting you something to wipe your tears with. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. Glowenda. Gulamucci. Her name, Gulamucci. Hold on. I'm an equal opportunity critic. Here, Gulamucci. Hold on. Right there, baby. Cry me a handful.
You had a lot of grace in saying if the Republicans wanted to hold it as an election issue, they're following Donald Trump's orders to keep it. They want they want chaos at the border so that he gets reelected.
We, thanks to President Biden, and Democrats are at the lowest level ever, in the last 50 years of unemployment. So why not let people work?
And record low crime rate. And also immigrants commit fewer crimes, and they're actually great citizens. Let me show you this is one of the reasons that people have these sort of thinking. Here's the three cable networks reporting of this. Was our banner said soon Biden announces legal protections for undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens. CNN's banner said Biden announces new protections for some undocumented spouses. Here was Fox's banner.
Hold on, I'm coming. That's Gulamucci. Watch this.
It is the biggest thing.
I want y'all to listen carefully. Listen, I want you to listen to this last part. Hang tight. Listen. I want y'all to listen to this last part.
That collapse. That's right.
We would have a recession immediately. Right. Here was Fox's banner. Migrant arrested for raping 13-year-old in New York City.
Yes.
Did you hear the laugh? Migrant arrested for raping a 13-year-old, and the woman laughs. She literally laughs. So, if I get this right, the only way that we can keep the nation from falling apart is to open the borders, just open them wide open. That's what Joy Riri just said. She said, if we don't open the borders, our economy is going to fall apart. So who knew that fixing our economy was so simple as to just leaving the border wide open? Who knew that it was that simple? Well, I have a huge I told you so. On my show Tuesday night, I told you plainly that the next attack that you will begin to see, lawfare is not working, nothing else is working, so now they go for the Supreme Court. I said you'll begin to see it more now than ever. I told you so. Here you go.
That time of year when Donald Trump's right-wing Supreme Court waits until the very end of the term to bludgeon us with their decisions. There are 21 opinions remaining, but we are all holding our breath for one in particular that has a kind of clock ticking. Of course, that is Trump v. United States. All of the justices are, adult grown human beings who can read the newspaper and know that time is of the essence in this case. 112 days have passed with nothing. No decision from the Supreme Court, no movement towards a trial that could hold Donald Trump accountable for his attempted insurrection. Now, to be clear, as we've often said on the show, the wheels of justice do move slowly, but this is not normal. As law professor Leah Lippman puts it in an opinion piece to New York Times today, something's rotten about the justices taking so long on Trump's immunity case. Members of that court, all of them knowing full well, every day they delay makes it less and less possible that Trump will stand trial for the insurrection before this next election.
All of that, I think, is more than enough indication that this court just cannot be trusted to actually follow the rules and adhere to the legal process when it comes to cases involving Donald Trump.
This court cannot be trusted. The attacks are fixing to come like you've never seen. Because why? We are right in the middle of supreme suspense right now. This is the season of supreme suspense. Major rulings. It's the end of their session. Major rulings are about to fall, primarily to one, about the presidential immunity, and number two, one concerning January the 6th. And if they rule a certain way, all the charges against Trump about January the 6th has to drop immediately. We are right now in supreme suspense. We are right now in the middle of supreme suspense. But mark my words, they are fixing to come. They are already doing it. The attacks on the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court has never been as out of kilter as it is today. I mean, never. Look, the fact of the matter is that this has never been a court that's been this far out of step.
The power of the Supreme Court is determined by appointments. It is determined by elections. And so, what we're seeing now is a byproduct of, in 2016, there were a whole bunch of folks who...
That was me right here. Right here, hey, a bummer, that was me. I was one of them deplorables.
who, for whatever reason, sat out.
No, that wasn't me. I didn't sit out.
They said, well, we're not enthusiastic enough.
I
We're
was
not
enthusiastic. Never mind, that
feeling
wasn't me.
inspired enough. Why bother? And hopefully we have learned our lesson, because these elections matter in very concrete ways. And we're now seeing how much it matters when it comes to the Supreme Court.
Basically said it's never been.
I have said from the beginning, Donald Trump was installed in the White House for the Supreme Court. He installed it. He's fixing to install two more before he goes out to pasture.
More out of kilter than it is today. I mean, do you agree with that?
Well, it's just operating like an arm of the Republican Party.
No, now the Supreme Court is an arm of the Republican Party. My, what webs we weave when we plan to deceive. They are setting this nation up not to accept Donald Trump's presidential immunity.
Which is now completely under the thumb of Donald Trump.
Oh, now the Supreme Court is under the thumb of Donald Trump. By the time you realize that Lil Racky Roy,
it's so
where's your rag, Racky?
Hard to watch these decisions, and then you pair that with kind of the ethical lapses is a very
Oh, now we have ethical lapses on the Supreme Court. It's not with Sotomayor or Kagan or Jumanji. They ain't with none of that. They have no ethical lapses. Oh, no. The ethical lapses is with them men, the conservative men.
Diplomatic way of saying it. I mean,
there's no more diplomatic way of saying it.
Can't these justices be hauled before the Senate? I mean,
oh, now we want to haul, not just call. They want to haul the justice. I told y'all. Hold on. Where's my echo button? Hold on. I told you so. Oh, I told you so. Now they're talking about hauling them in there, honey. Not, could you come? Let's haul them. Why don't we put them on a truck and move to Beverly with them?
They could be subpoenaed. What else could be done?
Yes, we want something else to do to these Supreme Court justices.
That isn't being done.
There's no binding ethics code on the Supreme Court, so the highest court in the land.
They're just all a bunch of unethical. They're just a bunch of animals. They just a bunch of Jumanji judges. Every one of them, that's all they are. They have no ethical standard whatsoever. They are literally taking the careers of these esteemed judges that have served their country and literally destroying these people in preparation for their ruling.
And has the lowest ethical standards. They're the only judges in America that don't have a binding ethics code.
This is not about partisanship. This is the fact that the
here come Glory Corey.
Highest court in the land should have the highest ethical standards, not the lowest.
I mean, I think there's a crisis on the court. I mean,
there's a crisis on the court now. I've not heard of one, but okay.
In particular with respect to Justice Alito and Justice Thomas.
Oh, now it's not with Sotomayor. It's with Alito and Justice Thomas. Boy. It's with Alito and Thomas. Yep, because they're the only two that still got a backbone left. I wish somebody'd give me a black robe. Oh, my God.
What Justice Thomas is engaged in is just a grift.
Yes, Justice Thomas, it's just a grift.
I think it would be irresponsible for the president not to talk about the fact that this court is becoming brazenly corrupt. And
this court is brazenly corrupt. Do y'all understand what gaslighting is? Do y'all understand that you are being conditioned? The nation is being conditioned to totally eviscerate in your mind this court?
Brazenly political.
It's fairly evident at this point that the Roberts Court is working almost exclusively to enact a conservative agenda.
That's right.
Clarence Thomas is 75 years old.
Okay, here we go on Clarence Thomas now. Oh, there was a time you couldn't attack a black judge, but here we go.
He doesn't look especially healthy. He doesn't look like he likes his job. He has all.
Clarence Thomas don't look healthy anymore. He doesn't look like he likes his job anymore. Boy, they going all in, son. They going all in.
Already been identified as the most corrupt Supreme Court justice in history.
Did y'all know that? Do you know, I never got that memo, that Clarence Thomas is now known as the most corrupt judge in history? Boy, that's big words, is it not? Are you not listening? Are you not getting the frequency? Are you not being affected yet by the we're turning you into zombies so you can march to our tune. We hope you don't have a brain. We hope you're a Looney Tune. Because when we speak, you must listen and believe every word. Every word that we say must be heard. Not today, devil. Not today, Satan.
These justices won't allow themselves to be subjected to honest fact-finding.
I've been watching the Supreme Court, and they're, pretty ethically challenged, in my opinion, especially.
Oh, and your opinion really matters.
Two of them.
But on the other hand, then you've got everybody trying to stand up for the legal system, say it's not rigged, it's legitimate, we need to support it. But the Supreme Court is flagrantly corrupt.
Yeah, that's right.
And so,
let's say it comes down to a single state. And there I really do worry. And there is simply
there's pencil neck.
No institution we can rely on. I would not want to rely on the Supreme Court.
There is no institution we can rely on. I will not rely on the Supreme Court.
In another close presidential contest any more than we saw in Bush v. Gore. And because there's such little confidence in the court, that would be, I think, a different kind of catastrophe.
Well, there you have it. I told you so. I told you so. I told you it was coming. I told you it was coming. This is their last battle plan. Destroy the Supreme Court. Have mercy, honey. Down in Mississippi, that's what we say, have mercy. By the way, if you want to see what a winner looks like, I'd like to show him to you. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, 88-1 of the endorsements of Donald Trump have won. 88-1. That's why they hate him. He owns the Republican Party now. God gave this man the entire Republican Party. The Republican Party would not support him, so God literally put his daughter-in-law in to run the party that was rejecting him. That's what a winner looks like. Hey, we have some breaking news. Another I told you so. And by the way, the monologue tonight, don't leave. I'm going to deal with a very important subject. But before I do, how many knows what the great replacement theory is? Anybody? So basically, they thought that we were a conspiracy theorist because we all understand what's happening with migration. They are fundamentally transforming America and replacing the white voter, replacing the male voter, replacing the conservative voter. If you cannot overcome us, then overtake us by replacing us with an alternate voter. Well, we've been told by the left that that does not exist. That is not a thing. The only problem is now we have video to prove it. We have secret video to prove it, taken by the O'Keefe Media Group. And this is a full expose on the lies that the replacement theory is not real. Watch carefully.
There's got to be some things that you're like, man, I wish I could tell the world about.
Oh, there's a lot of things, but mostly with immigration. I wish people knew that we're letting criminals daily.
The big issue for the Hill, for our region, is migration. So we poured a lot of money into Central America.
Like how much?
$4 billion over 4 years. But now migrants are coming from elsewhere, like Venezuela.
Somos de nacionalidad venezolana. Tenemos vuelo para Nueva York.
Entonces, ¿le compraste un vuelo con Spirit?
Sí.
40.
Sí. Entramos con la cita de CBP1 por el puente fronterizo.
So what is the end goal? Why are they allowing it?
They want to change the demographics of the United States.
So our aid...
Did you hear that? A State Department worker says they want to change the demographics of the United States. We already knew that. We've been telling you that for years. So here you go. Proof.
Goes to female prisons in Mexico.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
To help train them up.
I'm working with gender issues in Pakistan, so we're trying to recruit, retain, and advance more women in law enforcement. The question becomes, should we be spending U.S. taxpayers' money in our country on this issue? Women that they don't seem to care about.
Secretary Blinken, how close are you to him?
5 degrees separation. This is such a niche industry that flies under the radar that the average American does not know. Most people don't know what we do.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much to you, Ranking Member Risch, all the members of the committee, and thank you for the opportunity to testify today.
He has briefings coming up in 2 weeks.
He has briefings?
Yeah, on the Hill. About the FY 2025 budget request. And that's like with all the congressional people. The big issue for the Hill, for our region, is migration.
Oh
my. How to stop migration. What are we doing to stop migration?
He's not accountable for that, is he?
Yeah, we do stuff for it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's called the root causes strategy.
Ooh,
it's
He said there's a book right there that they all root, the root cause of the strategy. And he explains in that book, and that's all I'll play of it, there's so much more, but he explains that there is a strategy to put money into the places where we don't want immigrants to come from and withhold money from the places that we do. We send money so that the money is there. But he said now Venezuela and those places, that's who they want coming to replace the white man in the United States of America. Now, you might be saying, oh, I don't believe that there's an attack on the white man. Well, then you would be wrong. Because here is the vice president of Walt Disney World confessing that the most discriminated person in America right now is a white man. Listen carefully.
Certainly, there have been times where, there's no way we're hiring a white male.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken, but
how would they say it?
There's no way we're hiring a white male this role.
Like straight to you, or okay?
They'd be very careful how they message that to agents.
According to these videotapes, Disney blatantly discriminates against white men in particular.
I think I'm sort of well prepared for it. I'm well positioned for it. But as far as Disney's concerned, I'm a white male, and that's not who they're looking to promote at the moment.
As a white guy, even Michael has his own doubts about the possibility for advancement for himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is called the Great Replacement Theology. It is what's happening in America. And this is why you cannot allow yourself to get caught up in society's demands that you change. We are living in an hour where everything is being transformed in the United States of America, fundamentally. I released a video. It's on FHTV. I think I did it yesterday. The title of that video, and you need to watch it, it's about 20 minutes long. I was going to play it tonight, but I'm out of time. In that video, I shared a deep conviction that God had given me about America and how that, we're always focused on what's wrong with America. But I began to see what was right and what was happening right. It's like we cannot see the forest for the trees. Do you realize that in your lifetime, you have lived to see a time in America where 14 of these United States, 14 of them now have bans on abortion? I want you to think about what I just said. For the first time in your lifetime, 14 of our United States has banned the murder of innocent children. Who did that? How did that happen? One man did that. Donald Trump. Oh, I know you'll be super spiritual and say, oh no, God did it. My dear, precious, darling friend, God does nothing on the earth without a man. And when you're giving that man recognition, you have given the God that chose him recognition. It was Donald Trump that single-handedly appointed the justices on the Supreme Court that obliterated Roe v. Wade. Did you ever dream in your lifetime there would not be a Roe v. Wade in these United States of America? Wake up. Open your eyes. There are things happening supernaturally, and nobody is noticing them. God is literally taking over this nation in the background while you're focused on the foreground. Last month, or 2 months ago, I reported to you what was happening in my home state of Louisiana with the 10 Commandments. All of a sudden, I don't know why today and yesterday it's become news. I reported on it 2 months ago. Did you ever believe that in your lifetime? I really need you to be honest right now. Go back, rewind. Did you ever dream that there would be a law in these United States that required the 10 Commandments to be displayed in every classroom in one of our states? Did you ever think that would happen? No. What's happening? There is an awakening happening in the United States of America. Do you know 4 years ago, my ministry, outside of Professor Toto, touched very few people? I'm talking about handfuls. And then overnight, we're now building a church around the world. Literally, we now have a church in Kenya, Scotland, and then all over the United States. We're building our second church in Midland, Texas right now. Did I ever, why are we devil worshiping? Why are we focused on what the devil is doing? I'm telling you, God is up to something. I'm telling you, America belongs to God. I'm telling you, she is the land of the free. She is owned. She is literally established by God. And He is doing something that people are paying very little attention to. I'm calling you tonight all over the United States that's been praying for your beloved nation. I've come to give you a victory report. Here's the victory report. 14 states in this beloved union are now, it's illegal to kill an unborn child. I've come to tell you that now not only in Louisiana, but Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, they're all following Louisiana's lead. And soon, in these several states, the very commandments that have been taken out of the church are being reestablished in front of the eyes of our children. Do you realize what's happening in your nation? Revival. Oh no, it's not a circus type revival. It's a real awakening to the 10 Commandments. And tonight, I'm going to explain to you what's going on with these 10 Commandments. There's a war happening right now. I watched the news today. It's all they're talking about. All of a sudden, they realized, hey, the 10 Commandments are being installed as we speak in classrooms across the United States of America. And I give glory to God tonight for what He is doing in our nation. Now, I was watching earlier on CNN. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, the Louisiana governor, by the way, he's doing an excellent job, signed into law legislation requiring a poster-sized display of the 10 Commandments in every, not just in every school, but in every classroom. And the left, they're losing their mind. The ACLU, that used to stand for free speech, now stands for radical leftism. They immediately announced this was unconstitutional, and they were going to stand up against it. So CNN reported on it today, and I want to show you on the screen the transcript of Eli Honig. They were discussing the Ten Commandments. And here's what he was asked, does this violate the First Amendment? He said, yes, flagrantly, in my view. If you wanted a perfect example of what the First Amendment prohibits, I think this is it. The First Amendment says Congress, government, shall make no law respecting establishment of religion, meaning state entities can't do things that endorse any particular religion or religiosity in general. Now let's read it closely. Now he said, let's look at these 10. There are some, he said, I know one of the defenses is, well, these are just themes that are consistent throughout civilized society and throughout all religion. You shall not kill. Do not rob. Don't steal. That kind of thing. But listen to what he says next. But there are some commandments that are inherently religious. And notice the one he picks out. Observe the Sabbath day. Now he says if it didn't have the Sabbath day in there, then we could recognize these as just 10 themes of civilized society. Well, he's not alone. Even the church hates that commandment about the Sabbath day. Everybody's tried to wash it away and nail it to a cross and everything else. But you see, they don't mind the 10 commandments if they would take the Sabbath day out of the commandments. So here's what I want to do for all of you that are watching. Get your notebooks ready. I'm fixing to teach you why these 10 commandments are constitutional to put into a school classroom. So I'm preparing you now. Everybody get ready. Class is in session. I'm going to help you answer the critic as to why these are constitutional. Okay? Number one, the United States was never created to be a secular country. That is a misnomer. The First Amendment was designed to guarantee the practice of religion, not doing away with religion. Okay? The idea that there's some kind of a separation wall between church and state, in the sense that religion was never supposed to impact people's values and how they voted, or that religion can never be promoted in the public square, or that religion can never be promoted against non-religion by the government is not true. That is not the purpose of the First Amendment. The First Amendment was to guarantee the free exercise of religion against the government, like we did during COVID-19. Our exemption letters, we stood up against our government because of our religion. The First Amendment explicitly says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Here's what you need to write in your notes. The First Amendment was never designed for the individual states. Only the federal government. The Constitution is for our federal government. That's key. You need to understand that only the federal government did this apply to. All right? It was never to be implemented in the states. However, 1940, the Supreme Court made a ruling that this was now going to be applied at the state level. I believe they did so illegally. When they made that ruling, in the beginning, not when they made that ruling, but in the beginning, 9 out of 13 colonies had established churches in those states during the Revolutionary War. Connecticut maintained a Congregationalist church, which was a state-sponsored church until 1818. New Hampshire had a state-sponsored church until 1819. Massachusetts had a state-sponsored church until 1833. The First Amendment was only for the federal government until 1940. Now, why did these states have established churches? The goal was to stop the federal government from establishing its own religion that would prohibit people at the state level from having their own religious views. Let me try to clarify it for you. The First Amendment was never to limit religion. It was to limit the federal government from instituting a church, a one denomination, and therefore taking away the rights of all citizens to practice their own religion. That's all it was. It was never, ever to delegitimize religion, to make religion lesser than the government. It was never intended for that, ever. This idea that secularism was supposed to predominate in the United States is not true. None of the founders believed that. John Adams, I quote, "We have no government armed with power capable of contending with human passion, unbridled by religion." He said, "Our Constitution was only made for religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other." George Washington, "The foundation of our national policy will be laid in the pure and immutable principles of private morality. There is no truth more thoroughly established than that there exists in the course of nature an indissoluble union between virtue and happiness." Thomas Jefferson said that the moral branch of religion is a necessity for our government. Now, the idea of the First Amendment was never to limit religion. It was to do the total opposite. It was to make religion so protected that during COVID-19, if we tell you to shut your church down, you don't have to. If we tell you to take a vaccine that your religion says you can't take, then guess what? Your religion is stronger than your government. We've proven that. Beloved, we have proven that. The basic idea of the First Amendment was that you could not establish any church denomination as the official denomination of the United States federal government. Because if you did that, you would quash the free exercise of people of other denominations via compulsion. You would be compulsing them to join a state church, a federal church, and leave their state churches. That's what the First Amendment was there for. It was designed to stop compulsion in religion. But there's nothing compulsory about 10 commandments hanging on a wall. Now think about this. Think about it with everything you've got. If there was something compulsory about a sign in a classroom, then why are you allowed to put up a flag, a pride flag that I have to look at, or anything else? If that's compulsory, putting up the 10 commandments, you see their own argument fails on its face. When you have Pride Month and you put up a pride emblem on the wall, I have a choice not to look at that emblem. I have that choice. Same thing with these 10 commandments. They're put on the wall, but if that's a violation of the First Amendment, then there would be all sorts of serious issues in a classroom, because it turns out that a classroom wall is filled with all sorts of things. The argument is made that if I walk into a public school and there is a sign that quotes the Bible, that it violates my free speech. And ladies and gentlemen, the 10 Commandments are non-denominational because all three major religions of the world, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, all agree that the 10 Commandments were given to Moses from God. So therefore, all the major religions of the world even agree on the 10 Commandments. Now, there was a law in 1971 called Lemon versus Kurtzman. And they came up with a lemon law, if you will. And here is how they would determine what sort of government action violates the separation of church and state. It had to meet 3 tests. Number 1, it had to be a secular purpose, it had to have a secular effect, and no over-involvement with religion. Then in 1980, Stone versus Graham, the Supreme Court ruled in Stone versus Graham, there was a law that required classrooms to display the 10 Commandments. And the Supreme Court found it was unconstitutional because it had no secular legislative purpose. They said the 10 Commandments have a religious undertone because they include the Sabbath day and avoiding idolatry. But why were they wrong in that ruling? Because the government of the United States has to take no position between religion and irreligion. And then in 2005, Justice Antonin Scalia dissented on the lemon test, and I will not read all of those dissents to you. Ladies and gentlemen, every time Joe Biden finishes his speech, God bless our troops, or God bless the United States of America, is that an establishment of religion? Then neither is putting the 10 Commandments in a classroom the establishment of religion. The recognition of moral law is part of education. Someone told me on Facebook earlier today when we were debating this, a lady said, I do not want my school teaching my children morality. I said, you don't? Did you hear what you just said? You don't want the school to teach your child to be polite, to consider their neighbor, to not cut in front of people in line, to say yes ma'am, no ma'am, to be courteous. That's all morality. And you don't want your school to teach morality. You don't want your school to teach your children, thou shalt not steal. Honestly, you don't believe that's part of an overall education? When Joe Biden says, God bless America, he's not forcing you to do anything, and neither is that sign in a public classroom. It's encouraging our children to abide by fundamental moral principles. The attempt to remove the Ten Commandments says more about the society than the attempt to replace them. All of Western civilization is based on Judeo-Christian ethics found in the Old and the New Testaments. And the reason they are important, they are fundamental principles beyond the scope of debate. You don't want to live in a society where thou shalt not kill is debatable, or honor your parents is debatable. We're now a society that does not honor our parents. What about don't bear false witness? Don't lie on people. When did that become debatable? This war that is happening is a spiritual war. But I want to tell you before I leave you tonight, this war is being won. There is something happening in these beloved United States of America. And I am declaring and believing it is the beginning of a turnaround. I believe that Yahweh's people that are called by His name are humbling themselves and calling out and getting involved and making a difference. And I have evidence of that real quick that I want to read to you from a lady that sent me an email. Hopefully I can find it real quick. Her name is Ann Faudry from Martinsville, Indiana. She said, "Hello, Professor Toto. I want to pass along that I am now running for school board in my town. Lots of corruption is being taught, very liberal, inappropriate things. I was born and raised here. My 8-year-old attends a private Christian school because public schools are so messed up. This is a big step for me," she said. "But I'm not someone that will cave and follow the masses. Many are happy with my decision, and some are truly angry that I'm running. Professor Toto, I've been following you from day one, and I watch you every week. You've been a huge influence as to why I'm doing this. I'll do whatever it takes. Thank you for your prayers. I'll see you in October for the Feast of Tabernacles." I hope all of you are planning to come see me October the 2nd through the 6th, right along with Ann Faudry from Martinsville, Indiana. If you've not registered, go now. Go to registerfortabernacles.com. Register for, F-O-R, tabernacles with an S on the end.com. Get your registration. It's free of charge. We never charge for our events, ever. So Ann is someone that is part of this awakening, and so many more that have watched this podcast, that have ran for office and won from this podcast, inspiring them to do so. Ann, we're very proud of you. And if you will send me a way for us to donate to your campaign, I will put a link out there next Tuesday night, and we'll get some money in your campaign coffers to help you win that seat on your school board in Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, I close tonight with these words. Never, never give up on America. I know it's dark, but I see the embers of a light. I see the flittering of a flame from a small group of people that declares who America is, that she is first, and that she has an end-time role. And you listen, and listen well. Yahweh was about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because it was so wicked. but he did not want to do it. And what did he do? He sought for a man. He told Abraham, if I can find just 5 people that still love me, I'll save their nation. I'll save it for their sake. When you begin to buy into the lies that the left is winning, you're already defeated. America, you can roll up her sidewalk. She's already destroyed if you believe that. But I've come as the voice to call every American tonight to believe for your country, to fight for your country. Call her out by name. Present her to the Father in prayer. Every day, bring her to the Father in prayer. Call her by name. Bring her to your Father, knowing that He has a destiny for her like no other. God bless you. Thank you for watching Afterglow in 3 minutes. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Somebody lay hands on it. Through the night with a light from above, from the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Good night. God bless you. Good night. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Hallelujah. Good night. God bless you. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Not quite good night yet, Pastor Vaughn. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Afterglow. Whoo, now we can put our pajamas on and relax. The show is over. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a great education, lighted and run. Hello, Brother Gino Young. Good evening, my friend. Good evening, my friend. I'm so thankful for you all. I wanted to show you the lady that is running for school board. I want to show you what getting involved in this great awakening looks like. Her name is Ann Faudrey, and this is her official a certification that she is running for school board. Look at that. Just a regular lady who's a member of Toto's Army. And Ann, if you happen to be watching right now, if you'll shoot me an email real quick with a way to donate, we would love to put you on that school board. We would absolutely love that. So if you're watching, I'll keep looking at my email here. Shoot me an email so that we can get you on the school board there. Congratulations for running. Hey, I want to tell all of you something tonight. I just started a new series that you might be interested in. It's on YouTube, FHTV.tv. It's on Rumble. Go watch it if you didn't watch the premiere. The premiere was at 7 o'clock tonight. And it is this called The Reason Behind the Rhymes. And I literally, in each lesson, will take one of those fairy tales by the Grimm brothers, Snow White, Cinderella, and I will reveal to you the truth behind those fairy tales. And it's truly an interesting series. So I hope you'll avail yourself of that. Right now, they are already up and ready for you. All right, let's talk. Well, let's don't talk about him. That's a murderer. Let's talk about where I'm going to be in the month of July. Everyone knows I'm going to Kentucky tomorrow, and we want you to come there tomorrow. I want to meet you there. But next month, for all of my Arkansas, Missouri people, yours truly will be coming to the great state of Arkansas, and I'll be preaching on a Friday night and a Saturday morning. And then we're going to have a music picking banjo and guitars and fiddles after the Saturday class. That's going to be in Mountain View, Arkansas, at the Mountain View RV Park and Guest Hotel. Lunch will be served after the morning class, and that is being hosted by our state elder, Bruce and Deborah Richardson, and our regional elder, Ricky and Laura Humrich. We're looking so forward to being there. So go ahead, take the phone number down. Anyone that needs more information, there's the phone number on the screen, 870-269-3758. And there is the website if you want to book an RV spot or stay at the hotels in town. All right, you got it? There we go. That is July the 20th, the 19th and the 20th, actually, because we're going to be having service that Friday night as well. So I'm so excited about going there. Now, for those of you that do not know, I wrote a song several months ago. And the name of the song is Prayer is the Key That Unlocks the Door. And we made a video out of it. And that has been uploaded to YouTube, Rumble, FHTV. And on Facebook, it has already had over 100,000 views already. That song has truly been a blessing to everyone that's heard it. So if you need a blessing tonight, run over and find that song, Prayer is the Key That Unlocks the Door. Also, listen carefully. I want to do something special for every one of you for 5 people. Well, for 5 people. If you're watching tonight and you have been wanting to get involved with gold and silver, but maybe you've not had the money to get an annual membership. I think an annual membership is $200, something like that. A lifetime membership is like $500. And you said, you know what? I really want to be a member of that. I really want to start collecting gold, but I just don't have the money right now to become a member. Listen carefully. Get close to your computer. Get close now. Get close. I'm fixing to do something that's going to blow your mind. I want to bless 5 people tonight with an annual membership free of charge. 5 people. The first 5 people, get ready, get by your computers, go right now to godsmoney.info. Go ahead and type it in, godsmoney.info. Go there right now, God's Money, because whoever the first 5 that books an appointment with us tonight, the first 5, Kim and Prentice, if y'all are watching, look at your appointments that come through in the next 5 minutes. The first 5 people that, and here's the QR code right there. The first 5 people that go there and book an appointment now, I'm going to pay for your annual membership. Free of charge, no cost, no obligation. It'll give you a year to find out what we're all about. That's a $269 value. Go now. Da 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 da. Now. Da 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 da. Now. godsmoney.info and book an appointment. The first 5 people, it's on the house. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, I want to show you, before I take your questions tonight, I want to show you guys one of my favorite products at the Patriots Buying Club. How many of you are going to Walmart and giving your money to the left? I see you. I see you. I see you. Go ahead, put your hand up. All the guilty people, I need you to put your hand up right now. Guilty. How many still buying their household products from Walmart? Well, congratulations. You're paying for Pride events. You're paying for everything you say you hate. Now, I realize you didn't have a choice. I got it. But now you do. Because yours truly, your humble, neighborhood-friendly professor, created an option, took all your excuses away. And we just need 10 of you tonight. There's thousands of you watching. We need 10 new customers that will come on board with us tonight and say, you know what? Just to shut him up, sign me up, get me involved in the Patriots Buying Club. Let me show you why. Right now, I don't know about you, but I use lotion every day. I use it on my forehead, in my eyebrows, on my hands. Now, to use lotion, I've got 2 choices. I can go to Walmart. I always loved that good lotion. What's it called? Ecu something. That's the only one I would buy because it was really good. Okay? But when I found this manufacturer, I found out they make lotion, but is it as good as that? What's the name of it? Hold on. Ecu something. What's the name of that? Eucerin. Uh-huh. Anyway, let me show you our lotion that's cheaper than Eucerin. It's called Renew. Compare it to whatever Eucerin. Number 1, it's non-greasy, long-lasting, fast-acting, moisture-attracting glycerin, moisture-locking petroleum. None of these others have any of this. Soothing allantoin, melaleuca oil, paraben-free, EDTA-free, and double-blinded clinical studies show that Renew hydrates the skin better than Eucerin. Renew improves the moisture better than Eucerin, and 17% greater improvement in the skin texture. And how about this? Cheaper than Eucerin. Did you know we had everything you need? What are you waiting for? Isn't it time to say bye-bye, Walmart? You can do it right now. Go to byebyewalmart.com and talk to some of our friends that are waiting to talk to you. They're dying to talk to you. Right there's the QR code. Bam. Go right now, bye-bye Walmart, and say, you know what? I'm not going to be guilty. The next time Toto gets on this Patriot buying club, I'm not going to be guilty. I'm not going to have to hold my hand up, say I'm giving Walmart my money. That's one of my favorite products. I hope you'll enjoy it as well. All right, let's see. What else do we have to talk about tonight? Oh, hallelujah. Let's see. What questions is out there tonight? Renew, Marlene Larry, thank you. Renew is the best. It truly is. Our lotion is the best. Deborah Latchney says, please tell me how. Well, my word, Deborah. Hello, Deborah Latchney from New Orleans, Chalmette, you old Chalmatian, you. Just go right now to buybywalmart.com and book an appointment, and our little worker bees will get you all hooked up. Sister Brody says that Renew is awesome. Kathy Perouse wants to know when I'm coming to Texas. Well, if I could get the Rickmans to invite me, I would come tomorrow. Or the Meadows. No one's invited me to Texas. Boo-hoo. I will come to dedicate that new church. We're building a new church in Texas, in Midland, Texas. Right now, there are men working to build a church there, a Sabbath-keeping, Spirit-filled church. I will be the pastor of that church, and I will fly in at least once a month to preach there and minister there. And then our elder will be there in charge when I'm not there. Oh, Deborah said, I got it. Good, Deborah. Thank you for your support. Oh, and do y'all know that they send to the ministry 10% every month of everything y'all purchase? Isn't that a blessing? Walmart doesn't do that. Amen, amen. Robert McLeod said, did I make one of the 5? Well, Robert, even if you didn't, you tell them I said you won. Okay? Fair enough? You tell them I said it now. Tell them, say it was on 6/20 at 9:28 p.m. Central Time. Toto said I was a winner. No, Dave Farrell, not that I'm aware of. There's not 2 Supreme Court justices resigning that I am aware of, unless something's happened in the last hour and a half. When am I coming to Georgia? Well, we may come very soon to Georgia. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Tell you what I'm going to do. For those that have not heard our new song, Prayer is the Key, I think it would be a great night to play Prayer is the Key that unlocks the door. Don Myers wants to purchase a Professor Toto coin. Don, I've got some of those, I think. No, I do not have any of those. I've got First Harvest Ministries coins. Look in my description box under my video, and you should see a place to order Toto coins. You can click on that. Adam Wingo, tomorrow will be a big day in Supreme Court decisions. I agree. Firebolts, Arizona. I definitely did get your... I was looking because I had it by my desk forever, and I prayed over them every time I walked by them. I think now that I've moved them, but I had them right here by my desk, praying over those plans for your new school building, believing that God is going to open up that door for you, Firebolts in Arizona, our Firebolts AZ. Thank you for the good work that you're doing there. I sent you a package a few months ago showing you our plan to build a new Christian school, as our existing buildings are over 40 years old. I did get them. We've already prayed over them. And We're in your corner rooting for you. If there's anything we need in this hour, it's the schools for our children. Brother Daniel DeMeyer, yes, you can get an FHM coin. Let's see. I've got some. I got some right here. These are pure silver. And I don't know if y'all been watching stuff, folks, but central banks are buying gold and silver like crazy right now. Keep ignoring me. That's all right. Keep it up. Some folks is stacking. That's First Harvest Ministries coin. Isn't it just beautiful? Sister Francine Shepherd did such a marvelous job on these. Training for reigning. Boy, everybody needs that silver coin. That's going to be a collectible that one day only God knows what it'll be worth after I'm dead and gone. And the Professor Toto ones, those are just so beautiful. I absolutely love them. Thank you, Sister Francine. Let's see. Janice Ann says they need to be called out, and where's your proof? I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Janice, maybe if you want to clarify that for me. Thank you, Pat Junie Akers. Hello, Pat Junie Akers. Elder Baker and Sister Nancy watched our show tonight. Well, hello, Sister Nancy. Good evening. Good evening. And there's Minister Gino Lawless. He's wanting to know where to get those coins. Do I have a QR code for that? I don't see one. I don't reckon I ever made one. Now, the First Harvest coins, I have those personally. You can get those from me at the... Oh, here it is right here. There's a QR code right there. That's for the Toto coins right there. Whomever was asking, there you go. Sister Kathy Perouse, I believe that FHM coin, I tell you what, she was selling them for about $100, but I'll let them go for less than what we've got in them, $50. They're already worth more than that, just the silver in them. So, Robert McLeod, the land is coming along beautifully. Thank you for asking. The land is coming along beautifully. Oh, by the way, would every one of you go right now and click that QR code on Spotify and help our song? Oh Lord, what song is it? What song is it? I'm Not Afraid to Trust Him. Would you help right now? We're at number 2 on Spotify. In all of Spotify, we are number 2. We want to get to number 1 so bad just to say we did it. And if you would help us, that would be so fun. Or you can go to Spotify right now and just type in Shane Vaughn. And then our song, I'm Not Afraid to Trust Him. Just go play it. Even if you don't like our singing, listen to it. Let your dogs listen to it or something. Help us get to number 1 tonight. We would sure love that. That would just be a blessing from the Lord. Let's see what else. Sister Diana Carter is talking about the new series on our nursery rhymes, our stories. She's watched that tonight. Thank you, Sister Diana. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. We wanted to present a wonderful... what she's referring to, let's just help you guys out. Let's run over to my favorite place on the internet, and that would happen to be fhtv.tv. TV right there. And when you get there, oh, see, I'm live right now. Oh, you know what? I've not uploaded it to FHTV yet. I'm so sorry. I'll do that when I get off of here tonight. But now right there's the video I was telling y'all about. Something good is happening in America. You need to watch that. But anyway, oh, wow, I'm looking, y'all. We've got a clear picture tonight, don't we? They came and upgraded my Intimanet today. And we got a clear picture. I don't know if it's clear on your end, but it looked like it over here. Sounds like the audio is good. Looks like we had a good show tonight. Isn't that wonderful? Hallelujah. Oh, Marilyn Wilson, you must get there, Marilyn. It's time for us to meet in Mountain View, Arkansas. David Farrell wants to know if there's an FHM church in Florida. We have FHM members that live in Florida, and every few months we do have a gathering where they'll all come together on the Sabbath day, and their elder will go there. Sometimes I can be there, but please, if you would like to know when our next gathering is, email me, brothervaughn@gmail.com, and you can look in the description box for that email address, brothervaughn@gmail.com, and we'll let you know when they have their next gathering. Charity Mills. Oh, hello, Charity. I love getting your emails, your letters in the mail. Thank you for your faithful support. I'm aware of your situation, I believe maybe with your mother. We totally understand that. Yahweh understands that. Caring for people is primordial in the Torah. So there is nothing wrong with that. Yes, Sister Diana, that nursery rhyme series will be a weekly, every week we'll do a different nursery rhyme story. By the way, those that want to watch it now, it is on YouTube and Rumble. And it's called The Reason Behind the Rhymes. The first story is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Thank you, Sister Cookie. I'm so glad y'all watched it. Mapana said a very clear picture. Stacy Honader said the best, clearest picture ever. I love it. Yes, Kathy, there is gatherings in Georgia. Our state elder in Georgia is Sister Dorothy Simmons. And Kathy, if you'll email me, I'll forward your email to our Elder Simmons, and then she'll let you know when they're gathering together in Georgia. Hello, Henry. Good evening, Henry. I told you so. Pam Blade said picture and sound is perfect. Thank you, Brother Gino Lawless. Everything is perfect tonight. And what about my Rumble folks? Old Moonstone wants a Toto coin. Thank you. Salty Sandy, she had to jump ship on us. Good evening, Brother Gino Young. Good to see you tonight. Da 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 da. Patriot Concern, $50. The beautiful thing about silver and gold, all you're doing is exchanging. Let me show y'all something. You know what? Be a good time to educate y'all. Hold on. I had to look down, make sure I'm fully dressed. The beautiful thing about podcasting, all you got to do is throw on a nice shirt. Hang tight now. I'm going to slip out of here. Uh-oh, I almost knocked that over. Hold on one second, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm going to show y'all something. Don't go nowhere now. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on, Elder Erin Meadows. I love my microphone, my arm that she brought me or bought me. Makes my life so much easier. I don't ever hear from Elder Meadows. She better send me, both of them, a message. Tell me hello. All right. I want to give y'all a quick lesson. All right. Okay, look at this silver. Okay, that's a piece of silver that's in my stack. On the back, Queen of England. Now, what's the face amount of that silver? What's the face amount? $25. All right. This is, I suppose, 3 ounces. Hold on. MS-70. I think that's 3 ounces of silver. Now, the face value is $25. But do you know how much I had to pay with cash to get that $25 coin? $600. Okay? What does that mean? It means that this $25, see, at one time, $25 of this was equal to $25 of cash because this backed this up, precious metals. But now, this same $25 coin, it is not changed, the face amount, will now buy $600 worth of product or worth of bread or milk or whatever I need. So $25 is now worth $600. In other words, I could sell this right now. I could go to our website, Stack and Sell, and push one button and sell it that fast for $600 right now. That would get me $600 worth of products I could buy with that money. Now, let me ask you, if you have $25 in cash right now, what will it buy you? What? Gallon of milk? Loaf of bread? Pack of ham? Maybe a bag of chips? We're about at $25, aren't we? The reason being, your cash is worth nothing. Whereas if you would have had $25 in this silver, you'd now be able to buy $600 worth of product with that. So that's the way that works. All right. So if you've got money in a bank account right now, what in the world are you thinking? That is, inflation is eating into the value of that money every day. Very simple. Get with us at godsmoney.info. Just get with us. Say, hey, I got $20,000 over here in an IRA or sitting in the bank, and I'd rather have that $25,000 in precious metals, and we'll help you roll it over. And in your mailbox, you'll get your $25,000, but it will be in something that's not deflating every day, but rather inflating. Okay? All right. Next, let's see. You're welcome, Mopona. Ramon said to buy some bubble gum. Adam Wingo said a little Taco Bell. Hallelujah. David Farrell is correct. The banks are closing the accounts of gold and silver coin shops all over the country. They definitely are. I heard about that. I should have reported on that already. They absolutely are, and there's a reason for that, David. There is a reason. Banks are desperate for silver and gold right now. They know what's coming. And Yahweh has warned some of us what's coming. We're transferring those dollars. We're getting them out of the banks. We're not trying to get rich. Look. If you're never going to get rich off of silver and gold. This is not the stock market. You're not making money with this. You're protecting money against inflation. So if you've got $20,000 in the bank right now and you need to get it out and you get $20,000 in gold or silver, 5 years from now, that $20,000 in the bank might buy you $15,000 worth of product, whereas this will still buy you $20,000, if not more. So, we like to tell everyone, we're not trying to help you get rich. Now, if you want to get rich, then you get involved with us on the business side of this if you've got a following of people, and that'll help you make some money. But the gold and silver is there to help you protect your money. Sister Lori Merchant wants an FHM coin and a Toto coin. All right, Sister Lori, I'll bring you an FHM coin. Daniel DeMeyer cashed out his IRA and bought a house. Listen, you never go wrong with a real estate investment. Always. That's always a good investment. Always. Oh, hello, April Rickman. April. Hello, Sister April Rickman. Those are my dear friends from over in Texas. Tell my boy I said hello, and my girl. I love both your children like my own. Well, all right. I reckon I've wasted enough of y'all's time tonight. Hello, Sherry Cheek. Hello, Sherry Cheek. True love. True love says they need a letter from Professor Toto. Please email me, brothervaughn@gmail.com. gmail.com. Toto, you did one on the Brothers Grimm? Yes, I did, Raphael Boo Boo. I sure did. The first one was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Y'all need to go watch all that. All right, let's, the Morgans. You know what? I'm not sure about the Morgans anymore. I'm not sure about them. Them folks, they own some kind of they're a little too free now. I'll tell you, when they get back home, we'll be back on good terms. Y'all done kept them too long now. I'm telling you now. My front porch is full of boxes. My wife is screaming at me over them boxes because I depend on Elder Morgan to get them boxes off my porch and bring them to the land. Lana Lucas, it's free for you tonight. Go make an appointment right now. Tell them I said it's free. That's right, April Rickman. No more travel passes for the Morgans. They're done for the year. I'm totally kidding, by the way. I'm so thankful that they are able to get away. They are the hardest working people in our ministry. We love them. And I'm thankful that y'all have spoiled them. And he's worked so hard helping build FHM2. I'm so excited. So excited. Brother Shane Sewell wants an Afterglow coin. You sure can, Brother Shane. Absolutely. No, one day I'll lose the Morgans for good locally, because one day when the time is right, they'll be sent out to start a church and pastor in this ministry. That time will come. I'm well aware of that. I do not try to hold anyone here when there's work to be done. Yahweh's timing, and I'm happy to release them to go and help me build this great work in the end time. Amen. All right, let's go to church for a minute. Could y'all use a little bit of church? How about 4 minutes of church? Let's do a little church together. Come on.
Prayer that's raging around you. Prayer's the only way that you make it through. When my enemies came upon me to eat up my flesh, to declare my defeat, to announce my death, I spoke not one word, I uttered not a breath. I just found my praying place. I let prayer do the rest. Prayer is the key that unlocks the door. That unlocks the door. Prayer will move a mountain. Prayer will move a mountain that you could not climb. You could not climb before. Prayer will calm a storm. Calms the storm that's raging around you. Prayer is the only way. Prayer is the only way that you make it through. Down in the garden of Gethsemane, our Savior knelt down. As humble as could be. He knew they would find him in the middle of the night. Woo. But without one shred of fear, he kept praying with all his might. Hallelujah! Prayer is the key. It still unlocks the door. Unlocks the door. Woo! Prayer will move a mountain you could not climb. You could not climb before. Prayer calms the storm that's raging around you. Prayer's the only way that you make it through. So I'll keep on praying. Never